telling stories and movies and that sort of thing. I said maybe we could make a multimedia kind of system where we could teach kids different things in a more interesting way. And so I decided to start a games group, which was designed to make money to pay for the experimentation in multimedia. Steve Arnold, who's the vice chairman of the foundation, and I would have meetings twice a week, all day long, with educators. Now, in fact, went all the way from architects to curriculum advisors, and we were saying things like, someday they'll be using the internet. There was no, the internet was a university thing, and everybody, all this was new, and everybody kept saying, look, you're doing a great thing. You've got this amazing multimedia project, that you showed us, but we use Cray computers, and we are very, very fast and expensive. And it said, look, all we want is we have to go to conferences like this one. And they only give us an hour slot, and we're supposed to tell our story in an hour. And it doesn't give us any time at all to talk about it. If you could just make movies about what we've discovered, we could show that little 4-minute movie, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we could spend the whole other 45 minutes talking about pros and cons and how it works and actually getting into it with the audience. And I said, well, are you sure that's, I want to do something big. And they said, no, this is the biggest thing you could do. And we got into it and realized that just the idea, because after a while you say, well, gee, there's stuff that really works in education. There are things that are actually working really, really well, producing really good students who are involved, but nobody knows about it. It's done over here in this little school over here, and this little system over here, and when the teachers go, or the administration changes, all that information disappears. And the new administration, we're going to do it this way. And all the ones that actually did work are forgotten about. So we decided what we would do is try to archive all of the real world best practices. Not the theory, not the, what I call the ivory tower stuff which comes out of the universities, but the stuff that actually works, that actually there's a teacher somewhere in the classroom that's making this work, and there are students who are participating in this and excelling. And so we said, we're not going to take a side. We're just going to catalog this. Well, obviously, we've been doing this for 20 years. And over those years, we've discovered that certain things seem to work better than others. We're still trying to become the receptacle, the repository for all of the things that work in education. So if anybody's got a great idea that actually works, we will go and photograph it and then put it on the website and write the backup material and everything for it. But the idea is, which we discovered very quickly, is that when you see a classroom full of kids and they are engaged, and they are happy, and they are running around, and they are learning stuff, it makes it, you don't, that's all it takes. It takes 1 minute. Show that 1 minute. Oh, I want my school to look like that. I want my school to be like that. And it really, really does work. So we've been doing that, and then, which is basically the anecdotal end of education, which is say these things seem to work. Their graduation rates are going up. The kids are learning. They're happy. And then what we did is we took some of the larger paradigms in education, and we said that one of them is project-based learning. And we discovered in our little anecdotal way that really seems to work. So what we decided to say, well, why don't we try to see if we can figure out if anybody's actually done research on this. And we went through and surveyed all the research, and there wasn't much about it. We said, well, why can't we just start a scientific study of the drill and kill as opposed to the project-based learning? And now we're in our 4th year, and we're in Seattle, in San Francisco, Iowa, and we're expanding new ways. And what we've done, because we wanted to prove it, and we put a magic word into everything we do now, because we realize that's the missing ingredient. And it's rigorous. You put rigorous in there and you think, yes, project-based learning is great, but it's not rigorous. So we started this project, and we said we want to do it at a level that we can actually do real research. So we did it with AP classes, where there's an actual standardized test for the United States. The kids, in essence, do what they do in a lot of classes, and they learn the test. And we said we're going to throw that out, and we're going to do it where the whole thing is based on projects. And it's going to be the same teacher. It's going to be the same school. One class will be the old way, one class will be the new way. And we've done this in a lot of schools, and we're working in now in different economic levels, and even bringing in people who have never done or qualified for AP classes. So we can prove that actually now we've discovered that rigorous project-based learning works quite a bit better than drill and kill. Not only do they get better grades on the actual standardized test, but they also know a lot more because they've done what we also believe in, which is integrated studies.